Let's assume that time travel is possible. That doesn't mean we know how to time travel, but someday, maybe, many, many years in the future, we'll learn how to do it. Let's assume that this is true. But there's a problem with this assumption. Do you see the conflict? Let me point it out for you. If time travel is possible, and if someday we learn how to do it, then those people from the future would travel back in time. They would have already traveled back in time. Where are they? Where are the time travelers from our future? I'm looking around now. You're welcome to look around too. Do you see any time travelers? Have you ever seen any time travelers? I looked around yesterday, and the day before yesterday, and the day before that. I never see any. In fact, nobody I know has ever seen any time travelers. We could conclude that our assumption is wrong, that time travel is impossible. Otherwise, we'd certainly have met some time travelers. However, there could be more to the story. Maybe our assumption isn't wrong. There might be rules about time traveling that we don't know. Perhaps time travel to the past is not possible. Perhaps it's only possible to travel forward in time. This would be a useful rule because it would eliminate the problem of time travelers changing the past by mistake or on purpose. You know this problem because you've seen it in time travel movies. Changing the past is always a big problem. And once the past is changed, a big Hollywood star must go back in time and fix the past. So perhaps we don't meet time travelers because time travel to the past isn't possible. There's another possibility. Perhaps time traveling 1 minute or 1 hour is easy. But as the time increases, the time travel becomes more difficult. If, for example, time travel is discovered in the year 3030, it might be too difficult for time travelers to come back to the year 2020. That's the year I'm writing this. Even another possibility. We don't meet time travelers because they don't want to change the past, so they must hide themselves from us. When Carl Sagan, the famous astronomer, was asked, "Where are the time travelers?" Mr. Sagan said, "Possibly they're here already, but we don't see them. They have invisibility cloaks." By the way, do you remember that assumption we made at the beginning? Why did we do that? We did that because, given what we know about the universe, time travel isn't as easy as what we see in movies, and its difficulty is related to Einstein's special theory of relativity and the speed of light. His theory connects light with time. As something moves faster and faster and comes closer and closer to the speed of light, it will move more and more slowly through time. The idea isn't that complicated. For example, you take a ride on a super fast train that goes 290,000 kilometers per second. That's a little bit slower than the speed of light, which is 300,000 kilometers per second. A short time later, the train stops. You exit the train and call me and discover that many years have passed. So according to the theory, time travel to the future is possible if we assume that the theory is true. Since time travel to the future doesn't break the laws of nature, let's travel 5 seconds into the future and start answering some questions.